Tuesday. First of all, great job getting that first essay done. I just want to say there are a few things I still want to see you work on that will just make you better, stronger, look smarter to your next professors in your next classes. Then what we need to work on this week, and I think I'll do a video on it actually, is how to integrate your quotes. Nobody knows how to do that, and I'm not blaming anyone because we're working online and it's very tough to show you. So I have a little PowerPoint I'm going to show you in a different video. But every time you're going to put a quote into your paper, any paper of any kind, you have to introduce the quote. You can't just put a quote in the middle of your writing. So where you introduce the quote, like you give me a little background, like so-and-so says in such and such magazine or book that, and then the quote. That's what we're missing right now. And there wasn't really a place on the rubric, or it was very hard to write it all over your paper. So integrating your quotes well is something I want everyone to work on this week when you write your literary analysis paper. So this week is called literary analysis. It just sounds scary, doesn't it? Don't panic. But you must read one of the 3 short stories. You might have read one already because they're sort of middle school short stories where, it's normally a younger crew of kids read those. And I think they're great to practice on. And your job is to find something that you believe that author's doing in that short story to develop the story. Maybe they're taking a character, maybe they're taking a conflict, maybe they're writing with a certain tone, and you're going to analyze that concept in a 5-paragraph essay. You're going to have 3 body paragraphs that all back up whatever idea you come up with. Or maybe you're going to pick 3 things. You're going to talk about the author's tone, the setting, and maybe a symbolism within the piece that you see. All of them have symbolism. That one's great. And then you're going to find a piece of evidence that backs up your idea, and you're going to integrate your quote. Then you're going to discuss it. And then you're going to talk about how it backs up your thesis. So the structure is essentially the same as the essay you just wrote, where you have an intro paragraph with your thesis, your big idea, that contains everything in it. And then you have 3 body paragraphs with 3 different ideas that back up and support your thesis, and then a conclusion. It's really tough to be excellent at it the first time you ever write it. So give yourself tons of grace, but know that I need evidence from your short story in each paragraph. That means at least 3 quotes. Okay? So keep that in mind. And read as much as you can just about literary analysis. They gave you a few packets right there on the site. And it won't feel comfortable if you've never taken a literature class. It'll feel a little bit awkward, and maybe you haven't read a story in a long time, so now's your time. The stories are so good you could read them with your family if that's helpful, and talk them through, get ideas from them. That's a great idea. I think you're going to do okay, but a couple basics that we're still struggling with. I wrote you some notes. I want some stronger verbs. And in literary analysis, you always write in present tense because the story is always alive. Always. And when we talk about Romeo and Juliet, they're always still alive. Every time you open up that play to read it, they're still alive, even though it's from the 16th century. So in literary analysis, characters are alive because you're just now reading it for the first time. So write in present tense. I do not want you to start any sentences with the word this, it, these, those, them. They weaken your point. It means that everything after that is dependent on the sentence before it. So nice, strong sentences, okay, that are developing an idea. Let's see, anything else that was really bugging me in your last essays that everybody was doing? I think those were my 2 biggies. So let's stick with those. Of course, I'll give you comments and we'll make them as best we can. Those are due Sunday night as usual. Hopefully you're all on the discussion board now. I'm going to go on there now, work on that a little more, and I'm going to post a video, hopefully tomorrow, that gives you ideas on how to integrate your quotes nicely. Okay, that way we at least practice that one skill very good. That way when you get to research writing, a psychology paper, any paper for any other class, you know how to introduce your evidence smoothly. Okay? All right, with that said, have a great week. I hope everything's going well. Let me know what the issues are. All right, bye-bye.